Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday episode. I'm Kevin Mendez.
And I'm Courtney Menzies.
Thank you so much for welcoming Courtney and I into your space, wherever you're watching us from YouTube, cable TV, or your internet. We're going to be having a great time. Courtney, let's tease them what can they expect on this brand new Monday episode.
Well, you know, with the Monday comes beef, so we have the beef sizzling hot and ready for you this morning. We hope you're ready and hungry.
Were you part of the marination?
Always.
Always. That's
week.
the good answer. Yeah, but folks, we have that. Also, Unicom is joining us today to talk about what are some of the great deals that you can expect at their store. We have that and many more prepared for you today. So thank you so much for joining us, Courtney.
Let's see it.
Seek the answer that's worth looking for today. Just in time,
and he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me,
You and I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
this
that
weekend.
we see
So
may
far.
seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Monday episode. Thank you so much for starting your week with Courtney and I. And Jules is going to be joining us shortly. Another guest that will be coming to today's episode. Before we get into all the greatness of today, let's bring you the weather. And that's courtesy of the Belize Med Service.
Good morning. The weather was mainly fair and mostly dry across the country last night. Warm and relatively dry conditions will prevail for most of today, then some changes are expected tonight. The forecast for today is for sunny skies with a few cloudy spells with isolated showers or thunderstorms, with shower activity increasing slightly over the south this afternoon. Tonight, skies will become cloudy at times with a few showers and thunderstorms, mainly over the south. Winds over the open sea will be from the east at 10 to 20 knots, and the seas will be moderate. Maximum temperatures today will range from 89 degrees Fahrenheit on the coast to 93 inland, except only 82 up in the mountains. The outlook is for cloudy skies with some showers and thunderstorms, mainly over central and southern areas on Tuesday, with showers decreasing somewhat Tuesday night. There is a high tide at 8:22 this morning and a low follows at 4:04 this afternoon. Another high is at 10:17 tonight and another low at 2:50 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:25 this morning and will set at 6:31 this evening. The moon sets at 11 minutes after 6 this evening and comes up again at 5:33 tomorrow morning. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in our area of interest during the next 48 hours. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
Folks, that was the weather update. An hour of traffic calm and waking up Belize City. And now Jules is ready for the morning beef. Are you ready, Jules?
I don't know. I think that's
Is
kind
he
of an
ready?
assumption. I'm not that ready.
That's why I cut myself when I said that. But good morning, Jules.
I'm not really ready, but I'm here.
Good morning.
And let's do it.
Yeah, what's the beef going to be looking like today?
It's overcooked. It's too large a serving, and the reason it's too large is because you definitely won't see me back here next week. Unless all hell breaks loose, and it constantly is. But I think the Prime Minister is going on vacation.
Are you going on vacation?
I am going on vacation with the Prime Minister.
What?
The Prime Minister is taking a birthday break on the 17th.
Yes.
It's his birthday. That's Friday. So we are going. I'm going. I'm accompanying him
Wow.
It's like
on
a
the
double birthday
vacation.
trip.
It's a double birthday trip. He got 2 summer vacations. I will only get one.
Hopefully it takes you to Europe, you know?
Well, I think we already did Europe. I think hopefully we could say a World Cup or something, man. I mean, it's
Another,
finishing on the man's
That
birthday, isn't
is
it?
true.
It's
Isn't
official on the 19th.
19, 2 days after.
There you go.
Come
Right
on,
on
you
time.
only turned 66 once.
That is true. Only once.
Yes.
But Jules, we also get going and cooking this beef, shall we?
Yes, indeed, we shall.
So the first thing is that over this weekend we experienced a lot of flooding in Belmopan. So what will the response be? And water's coming down to the valley?
Okay, so first we have to deal with the NEMO advisory, which says that that residents of the Belize River Valley need to be aware and on guard. That came out last night, saying that floodwaters are expected to reach the river valley in the next 2 to 3 days. So that came out Sunday night, so they can
That's last night.
expect floodwaters to come down by Tuesday. Flooding of homes, agricultural and pastoral lands. We know there are a lot of cattle in that area and a lot of farms, huge farm areas, and disruptions in transportation. So, but it all started this weekend in Belmopan.
Yes.
And we know that that there was tremendous flooding in Belmopan. People said they had not seen flooding like that in many, many years. In over 20 years, some people say they've never seen flooding like that. That's where the highway got blocked off at mile 45 by Mount Pleasant.
Yes.
And, it led to a severe disruption of transport for the country. That area has been worked on. This is one of the communities. A viewer sent us this. You can see the flooding inside the house. You can see the waters
Wow.
coursing by. So there was flooding in Belmopan, Las Flores, San Martin, Salvapan, and it was extremely frightening for people. Whenever water enters your house, it really messes with your peace of mind, your sense of security, and you can see how strong the waters are coming. And so, obviously there will have to be some, as they call it, hydraulics analysis, right, to understand what's happening. But I think that the flood drains for Belmopan kind of empty out near that junction and on the highway, which may have contributed to the flooding. Goes across to Kikiwitz. I'm just saying this area has been on the working, on the repair for some time. They're rebuilding the road, but rainy season they come. Rainy season comes every year in June.
Right.
Like, I understand that. I'm just saying, it could have been foretold. There was tremendous inconvenience. First, we need to talk about the how people felt in their homes. Obviously, there needs to be a hydraulic analysis of what happened in Belmopan. How did those communities get so flooded when I saw the drain by Bullfrog virtually empty? That means that all the water made a rush down towards those communities, Salvapan, San Martin, Maya Mopan. But there is a bigger issue in terms of, was the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, were they sufficiently prepared? Because we know the rain they come, we know the highway is on the repair. No human life was lost, nobody came to harm, thankfully. But we also need to look at the fact that weekends are very limited time. People have obligations, they have work obligations, they have family obligations, they have funerals. And, a family I know well, their loved ones couldn't attend the funeral, right? They couldn't reach across to Belmopan, then they come away from that. I'm just saying it was a tremendous inconvenience, and we have to watch, was it avoidable? Should they have taken preemptive measures based on the fact that rainy season is here? But we have to see what happens in the next few days. We have to look at the response. Now, we have seen these online responses being circulated by the Belmopan City Council. I think we have a screenshot of the form that people are to fill out. First, I think there was a WhatsApp number, but it crashed due to heavy volume, nobody's fault. So Belmopan City Council proactively has put this out. GIS flood assessment report. My brothers, my sisters, these things require a level of technical competence. They require a connection to the internet. I pray that as a counter, that is only one measure. That there will be on-the-ground assessments. People who are affected by storms or affected by extreme weather events can't fill out an online form. You can't depend on them to do that. It's a proactive measure. I welcome it. But at the same time, there has to be on-the-ground counterpart, or the main part has to come from on the ground.
Right. I think people were also concerned to seeing the flooding, because I saw somebody say that Belmopan is the place that we go when hurricane come. And if Belmopan start flood, what does that mean for us?
That's a good point, yes.
That's a really good point. And we have to understand that a lot of these unprecedented flooding events we're seeing are due to land misuse. Constant clearing of land for development takes away natural water catchments. It flattens the earth. All the soil and the forest and the bush that used to absorb water, when those go, water comes down. It has nowhere else to go. It comes into our areas. So I think that's a great point, Courtney. But in the middle of this, there was a mirror photo op fiasco. You know, there's something in politics called you can't win for losing, right? It's just when you're in quicksand, every wiggle you make sinks you deeper. Mr. Mira is a representative. He responded. He wanted to show pictures that he was out on the ground, but some of the pictures were unfortunate because it looks like it's called disaster tourism. It looks like he's being a disaster tourist. Hey, I'm here by the flooding culvert.
Oh, look at that. Like, I'm overlooking the bridge.
Oh, look, I'm looking. Oh, it's flooding. I'm just saying.
Then they look like my vacation pics, man.
Yeah, I know we did post other pictures, and there was this super funny meme that someone created, right? Right, that was so funny, and of course,
going crazy.
I don't know if he'll bring cyberbullying charges for that, but there's a certain point in politics where you cannot win for losing. Understand? His constituency was affected. He has to respond, but man, when when public perception is against you, it is tough. Everything you do leads to greater humiliation. I think that some of the photos that he posted were unfortunate. Yes, he showed others responding to people, but some of them, and you can show that same one again, guys, that I see on the monitor, some of them look like disaster tourism. Not a good look. Not a good look. Like, hey, I'm in the
It
flood.
just looks very staged.
Yes.
Yeah, like you know, it's not serious.
Yeah, you know, that's just how it is in politics, right? Moving on, guys, we can't be long today.
That is true. Now let's talk about Hugo Engineering and what role did the Prime Minister play?
Okay, Hugo Engineering, let's talk about Hugo Engineering. Hugo Engineering is owned by 3 persons. 2 of them are Javier Briceño and Adeco. When we saw the tender that was leaked to us, and I want to stress that because I demand that the Ministry of Defense produce the other tenders. These are not secretive documents. I have already asked the CEO. This is not a national security document. We demand the release of the tender documents so that we can make our analysis of whether there were preferential practices which led to taxpayers having to pay more because of politicians' greed. I'm going to be very specific on that. I demand the release of the tenders. 1 tender has been released to us. And not released, leaked.
Leaked.
Nothing is released.
Yeah.
Society of secrets. 1 tender has been leaked to us and it's been instructive. And when that tender was leaked to us, we have the pie chart, guys. Could we show the pie chart? When that tender was leaked to us, now the next pie chart, the bigger one, we'll get to that one. When that tender was leaked to us, not that one, the next one, there's 1 more pie chart. We have a lot of charts. We've turned into like a chart house.
You have, yes.
Not charter house, because
Yeah,
that's,
like,
that's where me and the Prime Minister share offices.
We're like SIB now.
Yeah, we're like SIB now. I will send it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, can we show that? Yeah. So we saw on that.
Hey, you're doing a great
tender-
job at the charts too, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have brilliant people working all weekend, honestly. But my point is that you'll see there, Hugo Engineering is a mere 2%. The top provider from Sunup village in Corozal Southeast, the former minister's constituency. You can see is number 1. You can see number 2 is J&J from Orange Walk. And number 3 is Kukulkan, owned by the minister's secretary. And so, we saw Hugo Engineering 2%. Now, it looked bad that an engineering company is providing pork chops and lamb chops and these things.
Oh.
But I just said the only 2%, that's not the focus, until I became aware last week who were the owners, Javier Briceño and Adeco. Now, how does Javier Briceño and Adeco get into the feed stream? You see, let's analyze this. I regret to report that when our politicians, PUDP, see that we have to feed, let's say 1,500 soldiers. That's what every day we have to provide meals of 1,500 soldiers. They say, this is how politicians think. Time for eat. Not time for them to eat. It's time for my people to eat. Literally, I will not misrepresent the truth. They sit, or in this case, they sat, and they literally gone over the tender. We could make a big, how much you could get that for? 3 cents? And we could sell it for 20? Yeah, we can supply that. It is my belief that, based on information, that them man literally sit down and gone through the list and say, you could find a cheap supply for that, good. Make we get that. Because I could sell it for 10 times the price to the BDF. When politicians see 1,500 people to feed, they see 1,500 ways to hustle. That's the sad reality. So, and that's what people keep lamenting. The BDF had the best chance ever, being led by 2 former Sandhurst graduates, 2 former soldiers, 3, because Mr. Tapia, the CEO, Dario, former Brigadier General. This was the greatest opportunity for the persons in charge of the Ministry of Defense to truly understand what soldiers go through. And I believe they truly do. But the nature of political enterprise is such that and it expands to larger levels, you see. Let me explain to you what political enterprise. It's a term I use a lot. And I don't know if people understand it. When politicians of the PUDP ilk see that, oh, NHI, oh, we need pharmaceuticals for the whole country to keep our people well. Killing, time for eat. Because so much contract could give, I ain't give you ain't give me, we ain't give that, we ain't split that up. And they cannot tell me I am lying. They preside over these contracts like they're fiefdoms. They give contracts based on the percentage they can get, the kickbacks. And it permeates every sector of public life, contaminated by the politicians. Politics poisons everything. And they are allowed to do this because of the lack of transparency, which is systemic, which is for a reason, and the lack of oversight. So, there's a big pie. Show the pie again, guys. And then man literally sit down and they say, who could eat what? So, in comes, and again I stress, all those three companies and MP Farms, you see the Mira affiliated MP Farms was a distant fourth. That shows you, and that's the one we've gone into.
Yeah.
But that shows you how we set up. Now, remember, this is one fiscal year. The next year, when Mira became minister, MP Farms gone way up. I am just saying, Hugo Engineering, how do they get into that slipstream? How does an engineering company get into that feeding trough? How do they get to the trough where the pigs are feeding? How do they get there? I don't know. I asked the Prime Minister, and this is one of the most remarkable responses that I've ever received.
Okay.
I asked the Prime Minister, he said, how much did he get? How much did he get? Do you have an idea? He's talking about Javier Briceño. I said, well, he's in the smart stream for 18 to 21,000. He said, so you think if I facilitated, that is what you are going to get? No, I did not facilitate it. That is what he said. So what he's saying there, bro, when I turn you on, I know to turn you on for any small money. No, show the Ari and Javier, the graphic with Ari and Javier's total 2023 to 2025. It's 242,000, which in the vast scheme, so that's 242,000, right? 250,000, let's call it. That is not what you are going to get when the Prime Minister. Let me draw another conclusion. If the Prime Minister were to facilitate, you know, get at least 6 figures there.
Okay.
We eat big.
Yeah.
You know, get at least that. No, what it betrays is how he views public life, the awarding of public contracts. That what is that small money?
Right.
Who will know? And I know it's not small money.
Yeah.
I am saying you tell anybody of the normal people in this
Yes.
country, buy and get on 20,000 contract. Are they in it?
Right.
Yeah.
Are they in it? I make on 5,000 off it. I make on 10,000. But it just shows that there is a system at play. And I put that remark in the context of the 3 most remarkable things politicians have ever innocently betrayed to me. Number 1, when Gaspar Vega lost a lot of votes to Ramon Monchi Cervantes, he still won the election. And I said, but how did you lose so many votes? This is the interview. And he said, he invested his money. He invested more money than me this time. He just chose to invest more money. Campaign financing is an investment. What does an investment mean? I'm going to recover it. I'm going to get it back. And an investment, you know what, if you get back the same amount.
Yeah.
When you invest, you get back plus.
Yeah.
That's how they see politics. It's literally business. And Gaspar Vega was a businessman. John Briceño is a businessman. Second remark, Gaspar Vega, in 2012, when I drilled him about all the land holdings for his family members and extended family. And he says, Jules, I am not a normal person in Belize. I work hard. I am not a normal person in Belize. People like criticize me. It is I who got Gaspar Vega to say that. I am not a normal person in Belize. He was speaking his truth. You see, sometimes politicians, they let the curtain slip
Yeah, it's like a Freudian slip.
like a Freudian slip. And their true psychology comes out. So when the Prime Minister says remarkably, you think if I facilitated, that is what you're going to get? 242,000? That is no kind of help.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and I'm not saying the Prime Minister has done this, but the conclusion or the corollary one would draw from that statement is that if he were to facilitate, it would be 7 figures, 8 figures. If he were, I'm not saying he did. I'm steering clear of that.
Yeah.
But the Prime Minister's family is a matter of interest because he has a big family. I think he sees himself, I think he's the eldest son of Don Eligio Briceño, now deceased. And I think he sees himself as a patriarch, as responsible for his family. He has a number of siblings. And I really think that his family, the extent of his family and their involvement with public life will prove consequential. The Prime Minister has a sibling who provides services in the health sector, right? And those figures, the ones I have heard, are not 242,000. Again, it's for services provided. That's another issue, but we have to ask, was political influence used to get that hookup? In this case, in the case of Javier Briceño and Hugo's engineering, he said he had no involvement in Hugo's engineering.
Yeah.
I can say personally, I have my doubts. I take his word,
Yeah.
but I just find it very strange that an engineering company would be selling, I think the thing they sold was lamb chops and pork chops.
Yeah. The thing is, it does not add up to like what the quality of life the Defense Force personnel is experiencing or living, right? These persons are asking all these high-end meats, but when you look at what the BDF are eating or even the quarters in which they live, you know, it's very disconnected from what you're paying. So one of the things that you ask at some point is, are you getting value for your money? And that's the questionable thing too.
Well, you know, I think we have another graphic there, our rough analysis, and again, we don't have all data because they won't give us all data.
Yeah.
That one, we can show that chart. We can see that if, and you can read that for me, the line at the top, Kevin.
A tender-wide review of 6 procurement categories against BDF's approved supplier list.
So yeah, but read the first number.
Oh, more than half of all tenders spent, which is 57.1%, was awarded to suppliers that was not offering the lowest price for that item at the time.
Let's read that again.
More than half of all tenders spent, which is 57.1%, was awarded to suppliers that was not offering the lowest price for that item at the time.
So that's the issue. Potential yearly savings if lowest competitive BDF used every time, $2 million off the total budget of 12.3, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, no, again, we are analyzing based on the data we have. There are nuances in there that the soldiers have certain preferences for certain items. You may have to buy a more expensive item because they don't like the the brand that a certain company brings, like they want duck. Maybe you bring some other chapam, but the soldiers like duck. So you have to buy the more expensive one. I understand. There are variances in there, but just based on a raw analysis, bring back that number for me, guys. Just based on a raw analysis, they could have saved 2.02 million. Did they spend that money due to political favor? Even if it's 1 million, even if you say, okay, yeah, the first million is because of certain brand preferences. But even if it's 1 million, sir, $1 million that you could have saved if you never manipulate politics. And that's why when we spoke to a BDF whistleblower on Friday, and it was an important interview because this is someone who dealt directly with the supplies. This is an ex-officer in charge of the supplies that go to the BDF. This was the person who managed it. A very deliberate thing happened after 2020. The BDF lost its ability to make decisions on who provides its supplies. The BDF has been set up from its inception to, in its own expertise, and there's a whole office assigned for that. There are professionals assigned to that. They had the job to deal with BDF procurement. We know who provide good meat. We know who provided pan time. We know who we could deal with. We know, etc., etc. We know who provide good uniforms. We know who provide good boots. We know the boots that work. That was taken away. Why was that taken away? Why was it sent from the BDF headquarters to Belmopan, where the ministry will decide? And remember a text message I saw that was leaked to me. A senior public servant told a supplier, this was post-2025, Minister Mira will decide.
Okay.
Because the supplier was inquiring, I sent in my estimate, what's the status? When will I hear something back? And the response was, it's no longer going to be decided by us. It's going to be decided, in that case, Minister Mira will decide.
Wow.
Right? So there was a very deliberate strategy to take away from the military professionals the responsibility for their own procurement and send it to Belmopan. That whistleblower said he believes it's for corrupt reasons. That is his belief. The evidence shows that it was not done for the best reasons. The evidence shows in the boots that we've told you about, the overpriced boots they made the BDF buy. The contractor general said, I cannot find any contract. And it's for 1,500 boots at $500 each or $400 each. So we're talking a multi-million-dollar contract. It never went to tender.
Wow.
The contractor general said, I can't find it. It wasn't sent to me. Every contract over 50,000 has to be sent to him. So I'm just saying we see a pattern of corruption where people are awarded contracts based on political favoritism. And it's not for best value. It is for best advantage for those involved, for private advantage. They're sacrificing the public good and the well-being of soldiers. Now, and we'll have more of the interview with the whistleblower. Another thing that happens, we have to accept, sometimes when the supplies reach a BDF, multiple soldiers collude to steal.
It has to get sieved through, right?
Yes, multiple persons collude to make off with the supplies they receive. So they receive 100 pounds of chicken, but they only get 50. Now there are multiple checks and balances in the system. But if everybody agrees to collude, and you know in Belize, 50% are related, and the other 50% are related by marriage or relationships. So, 100 pounds of chicken come in, 3 people have to agree to say, make we work with the next 50 and left 15 at the fridge. So that happens as well, and we'll be reporting on that today.
Yeah.
But the importance of the whistleblower and someone of such specialized experience, and when they say that they saw something irregular happen when this procurement was taken away from the BDF, is certainly reason for concern. Moving on.
Let's move on, Jules. Was the UDP rally a success?
Well,
Long story short, no.
speak on it, baby beef.
Go for it, Courtney.
No, we have a threshold of credibility threshold of 1,500. I never said 1,500 out there. Jaliza never said 1,500 out there. I spoke to Paul from Channel 5. He didn't see 1,500 out there.
Okay.
When you asked the leader of the opposition, she said it was 2,000.
We.
2,000 are a lot of people. I never said 2,000 people out there, but maybe I am mistaken because I'm very bad at judging crowds, but nobody else I spoke
I went
to.
out there and I'm very good at judging crowds. And so I want to say that certainly at the park,
It wasn't 50, yeah, it wasn't 2,000 at the park.
there wasn't 500 at the park.
Right, the park
I
was
want to be
empty.
specific. There was not 500 at the park. No, coming down Orange Street,
That's
if
when
you
the
watch,
crowd-
that's when the
Yeah.
biggest crowd. It's a narrow street. It looked good. I sent you some videos of the battlefield crowd, but I'm saying that the most I saw on Orange Street was, let's say, 800. I said 750 to 800. There are people I spoke to in police who put it at 1,000 coming down Orange Street.
Okay.
But
This is the park.
certainly here at the park, I did not see, I understand it's a very hot day, but certainly we saw only less than 500 people at the park. So, we can haggle about numbers, but the question is, did it frighten Belmopan? Did it tell John Briceño and the PUP
That's
that
the question.
Onodaina
Yeah.
trouble, Yabra goes to come? Courtney, you were out there. You know that the messaging was built around this Belize team, the Belize flags, right? So, and all the T-shirts did not have UDP messaging, right? They had messaging that spoke specifically to the patriotic issue, to the Belize issue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I
Right?
said, stand up for Belize. And,
Stand up for
yeah.
Belize, that was the theme.
Okay.
Stand up for Belize. So it was deliberately done to distract from the partisan
Okay,
political
okay.
message.
That's good.
But that was only marketing. Because at the end of the day, I have been to countless protests. At the end of the day, regular citizens did not come out. The unions came out, and we need to stress that. The Labour senator came out. Or I should say, I saw a number of union leaders.
Yeah.
Not all. Certainly, I didn't see the mighty BNTU.
Yeah.
The president of the BNTU, we didn't see that person, Miss Nadia. But I think that in terms of there are two ways to look at it.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it half full, the glass half full, you can say that the UDP was able to organize a protest of more than 500 people.
Okay.
That's the upside.
Yeah.
The downside, they did not frighten the Briceño administration. I think the Prime Minister was pictured having an ice cream
Right.
with his granddaughter
Yeah.
on that day.
Because it was
right?
the ice cream shop is having an autism awareness special ice cream for that. And so it's like, it's blue one, the autism colors. So the Prime Minister went to, promote it. So he was like him and his granddaughter eating ice cream on the same day the protest is happening. So it's like, can you eat ice cream?
I'm sending in a picture to the guys. Sorry, I forgot to put that in the group. But this is what happens when you have a protest that doesn't frighten the government. They'll bring up the picture right now.
Wow.
I think the second half empty is that the great man from Corozal North, there it is, the Prime Minister having ice cream with his granddaughter while the UDP is protesting on the other side of town.
In the
That's
same
what
city,
happens
yeah.
when you wake up.
In the same
Right?
city, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
in the same
right.
city, yeah. That's what happens when you wake up. But my point is that Hugo Pat, the great man from Corozal North,
yes, he wasn't
was a
there.
no-show. Now,
Yes.
I don't tell you, Hugo, talk about wake up, Hugo, wake up. But he was a no-show. But Mike Guerra was there. But Hugo Pat, he not reach yet.
No, but he doesn't reach to any of their press conferences either. No,
Hopeless.
he barely reach a house sometimes.
Exactly. He didn't show up for the debate. He can't blame Kane season. Kane season done. You know, Hugo clearly does not. I can't say it doesn't support Tracy's leadership because it didn't support Shine leadership either. He's been at no show. He's been absent without order of leave from 2020. Anyway,
I guess
hopeless Hugo.
I guess it's silent quitting, no? But what was the point of the rally, if I can?
Right. The point of the rally, the whole protest was
Yeah.
like, again, stand up for Belize because it is born out of all of these leaks that we're getting. And, it's culminating and it's, incredible, ridiculous, all of these things. So they wanted to say, okay, Belizeans, come and stand up. But you can't separate politics. Like, once the UDP is hosting something, it'll never be not political.
Okay.
People don't want to align themselves with that, one. Two, it's a Friday, people are working. And three, I don't think people want to take to the streets. Like, obviously, I don't know what it would take for people to get out there in the way they used to get out there back in the day.
Yeah, I guess
But
victimization is real too.
yes,
you know?
that's a real thing. I think
Two
that's
things
one
are
of
stopping
the
people, I
else.
think, from going out there as they once did. One, victimization is real. But two, social media.
Yeah.
Since the big protests of 2005, PUP had a big one in 2018. But since then, a factor is that social media, people feel that they are venting
Yeah.
in a social space without ever having to leave their home
Yeah.
or their office, which
I
is
believe that.
or their phone,
Yeah.
which is good, right? But the fact is, I don't know. UDP brought in a few buses, over a dozen, I'm told, maybe 15, but the buses did not come full.
Yeah.
Right? It's still, it's 16 months after a major general election defeat.
Yeah.
This is the state of the UDP.
Right.
Right? People don't see a general election in sight. So, all those issues. But yeah.
Yeah, Jules, now let's talk about the tourist interferes with Jaguar Club.
Okay, so we've moved off politics. Oh my goodness, tourists interferes with Jaguar Club. We have the video, guys, of this. Courtney, help me, the name?
Victor Stoll.
Victor Stoll, a tourist, and if he's in Belize, he needs to be declared persona non grata. They were on the Pine Ridge Road, and a cub was on one side, a jaguar cub, and the mother on the other. That is not cute. That is anthropocentrism.
Yes.
That is dominion mentality. That is the Western curse. That is one of the most vile and obscene. And this gentleman needs to be found and charged if he's still in the country and given an order to leave. Do not enter our country with your dominion mentality.
Yeah.
You are not the great white hunter here. Do not bring it to Belize. This is the most vile, abusive, intrusive. We are already the worst invasive species on earth, the human race. The worst.
Yeah.
And you are going to exacerbate our invasion of their habitat.
Yeah.
And what he posted was, and I think we have the post from him. Yes. So all of my life, I've been trying and hoping. Bring it in closer, guys. Hoping to see.
To finally see my life for Jaguar. From nearly unexplored remote rivers to required backpacking in and sleeping on the ground in Bolivia, all over to Belize. Yesterday finally happened. Ruben and I were exploring some trails deep in the mountain Pine Ridge with good friend Leslie Penner, who we rounded a corner
When
and
we
couldn't
rounded a
believe
corner,
rounded a corner, couldn't believe our eyes. A big mama jaguar was standing in the middle of the logging track with an adorable, darling little jaglet.
Jaglet.
Jaglet, adorable darling. These are animals, sir.
Yeah.
This is not Walt Disney. Do not come and Disneyfy our nature. These animals are not your pets.
Yeah.
These are wild animals that we are trying to preserve. That animal may be forever separated from its mother
Yes,
because it has the scent of a human on it.
that is true.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we could bring back the post and zoom in a little, guys. If we could bring back the post, right? Come down a little. A big mama jaguar was standing, hold on. A big mama jaguar was standing in the middle of the logging track with an adorable, darling little jaglet. It had just been pouring pouring rain, so my camera was zipped in my waterproof case. Hey, it's IPv8, by the way. In the back seat, my phone was in the glove. I grabbed my phone. Sorry, I really don't want to go on some end. But then this Caucasian persuasion, this is the problem I have, right? Watch out, in Barcelona, you know what I say? Not one more tourist. I have a different view, but hold on, bring back the post, guys. Make a finish before I go off on a rant. Please forgive me. Nobody would believe that Ruben got to pet a wild jaguar. Jano Star! We're wrong with their people and their dominion mentality. The great white hunter, we've had enough of your imperialism. Find a man, Mr. Kareem Musa. Find Minister of Immigration. Find this man. Give him a charge. Now, if we could view the post from Celso Pot. If we can view the post from Celso Pot, one of the foremost authorities on jaguar behavior in Belize. Celso, right? Celso says specific areas, a very enlightened post, but he says specific areas of the Wildlife Act that this violate. A jaguar is not a photo or video opportunity. It is a wild animal deserving of our respect. For a mother jaguar, presence of a person chasing her and handling her cub is almost certainly an extremely stressful experience for both the mother and the cub. It's also created an unnecessary and potential dangerous situation. Suppose the mother jaguar may attack the man.
Yep.
Exactly.
Then they would be seeking to kill the jaguar.
Exactly.
Because it killed a human. And you know, a tourist's life is not the same as our life, right?
Yeah.
The value is very different. Jaguars are a powerful predator. Had this encounter ended, would have been blamed. Too often, wildlife pays the price for responsible human behavior. I think we have one more post from Celso
The
where he
third
talks about the law.
The same one.
Oh,
but the
this
third-
one. Come down.
Come down to the third paragraph where it starts with Belize's Wildlife Protection Act reflects this principle, which is that wildlife should never be approached, chased, cornered, or handled. The act defines to hunt as not only killing or taking wildlife, but also to molest by any method, including attempting to do so. It also prohibits hunting an obviously immature animal or a female accompanied by her young. Jaguars are among the species fully protected under the act. Yeah.
Yeah.
This. Go ahead, Courtney. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so no, it's basically saying like you're not even supposed to touch it, you're not supposed to interfere in any way. But like you said, if the jaguar had hurt this man in any type of way, we'd be having a completely different conversation right
We
now.
wouldn't be having a conversation. Then I don't find and kill her. Look at this man, he pet the jaguar. What's wrong with you?
It also
brother?
sounds like he was in the company of Belizeans. We should be aware that you're not allowed
Some
to do
Leslie
that.
Penner, right?
Yeah.
He said that my good friend.
This is the trophy economy. You see,
It
this
is a
is how.
trophy economy.
And hold on, guys, we have some more posts. I want to look at the one from Amar Figueroa. He's the foremost jaguar expert in
Yes,
Belize,
yes.
a PhD in conservation, and he did his PhD thesis on jaguars in the Runaway
Yeah.
Creek area. And what Omar posted, I think we have it there, guys. He posted that this behavior can only be described as reckless and irresponsible. Imagine the amount of stress. They may very well have disrupted the chance of survival for this young cat. This is an expert in jaguar behavior,
Yeah.
right? So I'm just saying that these are not innocent acts. And I urge the authorities, the gentleman has to be charged
Yes.
if he's still in the country. And then he has to be expelled from our country. We have to send a message all over the world. Communities in Europe, where they have all the power, they're standing up against this kind of rapacious tourism,
Yeah. Yeah.
this kind of dominion tourism. This is what this is about.
Yeah, it's like
So-
neo-colonization, just that entitled mentality that this is for me, everything not for me.
This is imperialist thinking. This is imperialist thinking, and
Yeah.
forgive me. But this is the trophy economy that these people. We have some more pictures of Mr. Stoll in Africa, I believe it is.
Wow.
Right? This is the great white hunter come to Belize. He's posing off.
Oh,
there
Lord
he
God.
is.
Oh, no.
That's Mr. Stoll. This is in Africa.
Ostrich.
Right? This is the great white hunter come to Belize. Compet for we jaguar. Look, he never kill her. Mr. Stoll has to be found and he has to be charged. We cannot let our laws let our entire culture of conservation be violated like this because it's so darling. I wanted to
jaglet.
I wanted to pet the little jaglet. These are not jaglets, bro. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. Oh my gosh. And he was protected because the vehicle was between the mother and the cub. Unbelievable. This is not Disney World. Moving on, guys. We got to get out of here. It's so late. Quickly, we'll do this one quick. Tobacco.
busted in
Go ahead,
Melcher.
Courtney.
Tobacco busted in Melcher. Is it from Belize?
There, on the banks of the rivers, on the Macal River, that's Mopan River, separating Belize and Melcher, were found boxes of smuggled cigarettes. Bring up the picture for me, guys. I just want to underscore this quickly, right? Security forces, this is a translation, valued at about approximately 180,000 quetzales, so, divide that by 3. Abandoned on the banks of the river of El Arroyito, Melchor de Mencos, after the alleged smugglers fled when noticing the presence of Deeper Front agents, right? That's their border security. The product was confiscated and remained. This is the workings of Belize. This is why the Benke-free zone exists, to smuggle cigarettes left, right, and center through illegal crossings. And it is facilitated by law enforcement. It is looked away. They deliberately look the other way. When, I have said this before on this, when one good police officer stopped them once, he got called from the highest of authorities. He got transferred by midday and immediate bush. Then transferred by midday because he stopped the flow. The Western Benque Viejo Free Zone is smuggling cigarettes dia y noche, non-stop. This is that is a fingernail. That is a fingernail of an entire rotten corpse of that smuggler's paradise called Belize. The zone exists for the purpose of selling cheap beer, selling cheap gas, but primarily for smuggling cigarettes night and day. Trailers are in motion to border points unknown, not legal crossings. And remember, it is tied into the political economy because every transaction like this, it's not paid for with licit funds. It's not paid for with bank transfers. These cigarettes are paid for in cash. And that cash has nowhere to go. That's why you see so many buildings, unexplained large supermarkets being built across Belize. That is why, because we are swimming in a sea of dark money. And it begins with the tobacco trade. And it intermingles with politics because they invest in politicians. They have too much cash. What else will they do? They invest in politicians. They give politicians money because we have no campaign finance regulations. And if Mr. Briceño has his way, we never will. But I am just saying that is an area of concern. Moving on. Last week,
Jules, let's talk about this disastrous meeting with the CEOs, Auditor General, Contractor General, etc.
So last week, on Wednesday, after the cabinet meeting, there's a lot of special meetings now. It's so important to have meetings. Now, everybody knew this thing was happening, I am telling you, the Prime Minister had specific knowledge that from 2020 to 2025, this practice of sub-$10,000 contracts in the Ministry of Defense was widespread, rabid, and unchecked. But nobody did nothing as long as Jules not find out. Everything is good. Whistle past the graveyard. But so last week, the government sent out a release. Special cabinet meeting on procurement best practices. Amen. No, you sure may have this in 2020. Especially if you're recovering from the odious and terrible UDP.
The antics.
Right?
Yeah.
But they have it in 2026, closing the stable door after the horse has bolted. But I want to read all ministers and their CEOs dedicated in-depth presentation from the FinSec, the Contractor General, the Auditor General, procurement best practices, comprehensive discussions. Let me tell you what was in those comprehensive discussions. I wasn't invited. I don't know why. But let me tell you what was in those comprehensive discussions. Mass confusion. The Contractor General said, if you do this, the Auditor General say if you do that, the FinSec say if you do this, the law say if you do this. The laws are antiquated colonial laws, the Stores Act of 1968. Stores Orders. There was in that room, I am reliably informed, mass confusion. Because the Auditor General say XY. Contractor General say AB. FinSec said no, LMNOP.
Wow.
Nobody was talking the same language. One of the ministers who is an attorney, two of them, I believe, Mr. Shabat and Mr. Musa, I'm told, spoke up and said, but you must follow the law. What does the law say? Because there's a practice, they're telling the chief executive officers that you must observe these practices. But then what does the law say? The law says something else.
Yeah.
So there was mass confusion. I am reliably informed that there was no clarity coming out of that meeting. Yes, the laws need to be updated, but nobody takes this stuff seriously. That's why it has gotten so distorted.
Yeah.
So I am reliably informed that nobody left that meeting with a clear sense of anything, a clear sense on what are the best practices, because there was suggestions, counter suggestions, and then
That's what they're going to be following up in this.
yes, well, that's central procurement best. But whenever you put something in a central procurement unit, my concern is that you create a chief hustle unit, right? But we'll wait and see. Let me not be negadoc.
Yeah.
I will be positive and say that once transparency is in place, once everything has to be posted, then we have greater hope. But
That's one of the objectives of the central procurement unit.
Yes.
Right? Transparency.
Yeah, but they're going to raise the threshold
They're going to raise the
and
threshold.
then create the portal where you put everything in so everybody can scrutinize and what.
which I have been asking them to do since 2021.
Yeah.
Which, but remember, everything has to be in the context of this revelation. If I facilitated, you think that is what you're going to get? If I facilitated. So how do we stop politicians from facilitating? How do we stop that? That's the problem.
That's the problem. Yes.
The power of the politician to facilitate. Because when I facilitate you, you ain't get.
Yeah.
You ain't get big.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Quickly.
So now let's talk about the two foreign judges that were
Quickly,
appointed.
we will have two more foreign judges. The instrument of appointment has been sent. So, we will have two more foreign judges, one from Guyana and one from Trinidad. I have to give respect to, we have the names there, Peter Carter from Trinidad, I believe, an attorney, and Shaniza Smith, who has been living in Belize for many years, as is the assistant DPP. We have the letter of appointment we can show, guys. Yeah, so two more foreign judges. Shaniza is Guyanese, I believe, and Peter Carter is Trinidadian. But Shaniza has been living here for many years and has worked very capably in the justice system. So I will not, but she's not a Belizean by birth. I don't know what's her immigration status now. But I am saying there is a deliberate strategy, it would appear to me, to not put Belizean judges on the bench. There were two applicants and they were not even shortlisted.
Yeah. What do you think is the rationale about?
I want to know what is the criteria. One of them is the registrar of courts. Somebody steeped in their knowledge of the justice system. Not a favorite of the CJ, I'm told. I hope that didn't have any bearing on it. And the other is former Chief Magistrate Sharon Fraser. They were not even shortlisted. They were not even shortlisted. These are two people with the Chief Magistrate has extensive judicial experience. Trina Young has extensive experience in the judiciary. How can they not even get shortlisted? What, are we foreigners in our own country? Are we being treated in a discriminatory fashion in our own country? And the Judicial and Legal Services Commission has no transparency. They don't let it be known what criteria these judges were selected on. I know that there was a former judge who was competent in Belize, and he applied but he was not shortlisted and he was not selected. And he proved his competence while he was in Belize. I don't know are there personal issues? I am saying that it's a secretive process.
Yeah.
Let me not talk about secrecy and the judiciary because, in terms of just the whole cloistered nature of everything. But my point is that there is a problem that I'm no expert, but one person with direct experience on the bench and another who's been the Registrar General for maybe 8 years. Why can't these people even get shortlisted in our own country?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's reason for concern. And then finally, I'm done. This is my last beef in 20 years.
Go for it, Courtney.
Julius met with police all heads.
Julius has spot the MIDH, MO, so let's come up with letters. MIDH, MHA. I don't think they have New Growth Enterprise again.
No.
So it's just Ministry of Home Affairs.
And Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing.
Yeah, he has a lot of letters. Lot of letters. He met with the police all heads. A march of the corpses. Where was Chester Williams, the longest serving commissioner in a century?
And the most recent.
And the man who brought the murder rate to a 20-year low. Where was Alan Wiley, who served before Chester, who served 6 years? These are the people who have been in charge of law enforcement in Belize since 2009, 2010. Nor Mr. Henderson. None of them were there. I saw Mr. Jeffries.
Okay.
Right? He was the most recent one. But I am saying, please bring the picture back, guys, and the other picture. I am saying that there is... I'm sure they caught Julius in a bad moment. Right? I am saying that because the man looked like he flinch. The man looked like he flinch. I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't want to be... I don't want to be unkind, but I'm saying that I find it very odd.
Yeah.
You have the former commissioner
That's a
of
good
many
point,
years.
yes.
Now, no one has been more critical of Chester Williams than I. And I could continue in my criticism, and I will resume soon at the Ministry of Transport where there are no happy campers. I will get to that in time. So I know to get Chester Nobly, but if you want the most recent experience...
Right.
They should have been there, yeah.
You have to the man right there. So it had to be a deliberate decision, is my point. I don't have no problem meeting with those folks.
Right.
Some of them leave it to me, but I have no problem meeting with those folks. But you got Chester right there. Why you couldn't include him? But I will say, I note that I am not one to criticize advertising, but I will say that I saw the Ministry of Home Affairs has been doing a very... and one will hear right after this too, a very active advertising campaign to create public education around gang violence. Baby Beef is shaking her head.
Totally tone deaf, totally unaware of what the situation is on the ground. It makes us seem like you literally have no idea what causes crime. And we have extensive research. We have like all these books, and we have Dr. Herbert Gale, and we have many, many people that you could ask, consult, and whatever. And it's common sense too as well. You can't just tell people, oh, if you join a gang, say watch all these graphic pictures that not even we show. We blur those things. We don't show. We try not to show too much blood, all of these things. It's traumatic, and they're just putting it in ads. It's incredible, and you say, if you join a gang, this is how you end up. This is how your mama look. This is how your girlfriend look. This is how your picnic look. That's not gonna do
sounds
anything.
like what we
You cannot shock people with their real life. You cannot listen to me. If there's one thing I learned from the Gale research, the first responders to crime, the people most involved in crime are children. They're exposed to it when they live in violent communities.
Yeah.
They're exposed to it every single day. They're exposed to crime and violence every single day.
Yeah.
They know where the guns are hidden. They know who they look for shot who. They know where the weed is stashed.
Yeah.
You cannot, this is literally like Nancy Reagan in the 80s saying, say no to drugs. Say yes to what? What is the alternative? No, I understand. Crime is multidimensional,
Yes.
but poverty, which underpins crime, is systemic.
It's systemic.
It's not one-dimensional. It's not just say no to gangs. You know that what we get to school every day when you have to walk across hostile territory? Do you know how difficult it is for these children from an early age to navigate just based on where they live, where they were born. They made no choice.
Yeah.
They have to navigate every day to pass a hostile neighborhood. You cannot shock people with their real life. This is their real life.
Exactly.
You cannot. Another approach, wisely, let me not be unkind, but another approach, I think they're hearing a new out today. I think it's a different approach. It's not trying to shock people with their own life, but what it betrays is a very bourgeois sensibility.
Right.
Oh.
Right? A very, well, I know who will be shocked by that. People who will be shocked by that are people who do not grow up in that.
Right.
But people who grow up in that will not be shocked by that, by everyday
That's
life.
a normal Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, with the producer is looking at me sternly. This is ridiculous. I should be taken off TV forever. I'm not coming back next week unless all hell breaks loose. And me and PM will not be here anyway. We're on vacation.
You're on vacation.
Vacation.
Yes.
Meet with a World Cup.
Thank you, Jules. So we're going to cue in our sunrise as we wrap up this Monday morning beef with you, Jules.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you, Brandon, for
It's
sharing
another
this.
Brandon special, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go on our first commercial break. When we're back, we have great stuff waiting for you. Stay tuned.
Hi, I have been an educator for 30 plus years. As a teacher in what is called a disadvantaged neighborhood in Belize, I see the struggle of our children. School can be tough and home can be tougher, and the streets can seem quite appealing. Alcohol, drugs, freedom. You might be in your own gang. I can tell you that that never ends well. I see it every day. Forced to run from the police, forced to hide from other gangs, confined to your turf to save your own life, and then ending up either dead or in a small cell. Gang life is not the life for you. Stay in school, work hard, be strong, choose to live free and live right. Choose life.
A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Escape to the reigning spa of the year. Belize's premier wellness experience, where award-winning luxury meets pure tranquility. Book now, 20% off spa treatments, 50% off accommodations, only at Naya Resort and Spa.
We project that tourism will generate revenues of around $1.4 billion this year.
And every visitor's tax flows straight to the BTB.
I think it'll be more than that, though.
The law is simple. That money must be audited, tabled in the House, and gazetted every single year. But it hasn't.
That is a special little fund that does not have the oversight of other funds.
And we've already seen what a lack of oversight brings. Is the same thing happening at BTB? Minister Mahler, where are the BTB's audited reports? Why have you not tabled a single one as the law requires?
We are entering into very dangerous kleptocracy.
Minister Mahler, table the audits. Account for the people's money.
That requires a forensic audit.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm the bureaucrat.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Just before the commercial break, we had a great conversation with Jules on the Monday morning beef. Definitely a dry beef. It can be used for something still. We move on to a lighter conversation to change the mood a bit and also continue going with this great Monday episode. We have an artist joining us via Zoom. Ja Miracle is in the house. Ja Miracle, good morning.
Greetings, blessed.
Good morning. How is your energy this Monday, 1 to 10? 10 being the highest.
Always through the roof. Let's say 11.
11. All right. What is your secret to keeping it at 11?
Well, just maintaining sound mind. What I would say, giving thanks and praise for every light as it is. You know, I mean, rain, sunshine, whatever it is, snow, whatever it is, giving thanks and praise for life, just for the elements that keep us going.
I agree. Gratitude does keep us, going and keeping our energy level and our attitude, pushing barriers and showing up every day as how we should. Ja Miracle, it's a pleasure to have you on Sunup on 7. We would like to take the opportunity to get to know you a bit better. Courtney.
Right. So you're talking to us about your upcoming album. Give us a little bit of details. When can people expect it? And what kind of music will be on it?
Well, the new album, which is set to release officially on the 23rd of July, a couple of maybe 10 days from now. I'm not even remembering what date it is actually at this moment. However, is also available for pre-order July 16th. This album titled Image of God. And I must say to each, if I'm not being boastful about what I create, it's a very magnificent piece of artwork put together via, The vocals of myself, the productions, the rhythm productions of a brother of mine out of Malawi, also known as Cool Pro. This piece of work is also engineered and mixed and mastered, if I may use a better term, by one of our own Belizean producers known as D-Flow Productions. And this album is quite, I should say, very much, potent with messages and information that I do believe the people need.
So let's get into that. Now that you've shared that there's an album that we should be looking out for, what kind of messaging can we expect or connect with from the new production?
Well, it's one that entails a higher inclination of awareness, first of all. As we said earlier, giving thanks and praise, first of all, for all that is given by the Creator Himself, by the Creator Force itself, And it also emphasizes what I would say, the need for people to acknowledge the greatness, the good loving kindness which has been brought forth to us, given to us, and also to learn to love and create that sense of harmony, respect, for each other in our communities, most importantly at this point, where we have so much malicious behaviors, malicious events going on, and it's the world is in chaos right now. Things are chaotic. So this music is harmoniously put together to bring forth a heightening and awakening, to the people, to the nation. This is what I always do, always present throughout my albums as well, if I may say.
Right. So let's get to know you a little bit as an artist. How long have you been in music, and how many albums do you have, and where can people find it? Let's say they don't know you and they want to get a taste of you before your album comes out.
Well, to say how long I've been in this is to say from creation. From the minute I was in my mom's womb or conceived in the womb. My father particularly, which is also a well-known Belizean artist, musician from ancient times, known as Bernard Garbut, once called Isaac Hayes, was the lead singer of quite a few major bands in Belize. So I would say that this is just an inbirth thing. The music that I professionally put out today now, I can say since the time of my establishment of my record label, Golden Arc Records, which is now 9 years old on the charts, I've been putting out professional work for that period of time. Before such, I was also doing underground recording, as people may call it, and making my song renowned and throughout the earth, even through school. While I was in Belize itself, going through high school, primary school, and all the various levels of education, I was always in music somewhat. That is something that never left me, and I continuously kept that path, I should say,
Right. So, yeah.
Talent.
Oh. Yeah, so what's their most recent album before this one that people can maybe look for, to listen to?
Well, one of my recent albums, I would say, which has a very powerful footstep in the earth, I should say, is Off One. And another album followed that is also titled Men of Mighty Armies. This album, Off One, was produced by a producer out of Germany. And the one Men of Mighty Armies also produced out of Brazil. I've been working with quite a few people across the entire planet,
Well, I love to hear the fact that you've been having continuous collaboration with many folks, not just in Belize, but around the world. And I think that's, on its own, is a great testament of music, which helps to bring people together and share the message. It's also good to hear that people connect with you and the message that you want to put out to the public, to the people that are connecting with you through what you produce. I see you have a notebook in front of you and some notes right there. Not to like be nosy, but like, what kind of notes do you have there? Is there like any like inspiration or any important message that you would like to leave with our viewers today as we have this conversation with you?
Well, this book that I have in front of me is actually a book that I'm actually writing my own book. You know what I mean? So this is not no pertaining to that. I was just involved in some of this work before we came on this medium. This is I have like 2 books that I'm writing that are set to be published and released in the future. It was supposed to be before now, but these things takes time, especially when you're vigorously involved in the music production and creating the word, sound, and power which the people need. So certain things has to be put aside or set aside for a little time until the rightful time for release.
I see, I understand. Well, it's really great to see that you are exploring different avenues of creating art. There's a book that's like in the process of in the making. So definitely many things for people to be looking forward to. To start winding on this conversation, Jah Miracle, I want to ask you if you were to like pick 1 or 2 messages from the upcoming album that people can tune into, what would those messages be?
Well, there's a track on there that's titled Presence of Earth. And this particular track itself, Presence of Earth, highlights the beauty of creation, the beauty of the Almighty God's work, and the need for us to acknowledge these things, the need for us to, lessen or bickering over things, over trivial matters itself, things that keeps us apart, keeps us away from the unity that we need, especially now in this time. Learn how to exercise the potency of love, learn how to exercise the need at this moment, especially now in this, as I said earlier, it's chaotic out there. It's a lot going out there. It's a lot of distractions going out there, and we need to come together more.
I like what you just mentioned, the need to like exercise the potency of love. Because I'm a believer of love, and I feel like every day the love transforms this world. So it's time for us to wind down. So I want to ask you like 2 things. One, can you remind our viewers like where can they find you? We know like July 23rd is the release of the new album. So definitely encouraging our Sunup on 7 family to stay tuned for that. But where can people find you? And the last thing is, you said the need for us to exercise the potency of love. If you could give people 1 tip as to how we can do that, that would be a great message on this Monday episode.
Today, heart seems to be numb, and not even because of all these devices, the immense, diverse amount of devices that are here today. We tend to be separated quite a bit from our neighbors, from our loved ones. We instead of having natural communication, we tend to dip our faces in our devices quite frequently without thinking about our neighbors, without showing a love for our neighbors. And one of those commandments, if there's just 10 commandments, I know there's more than 10. However, that one says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And it doesn't mean just the person that lives next to you, because we have been misconstruing the word, and not overstanding the word, as people may always want to say, understand, but we need to begin to overstand the word. The word, love thy neighbor as thyself, it doesn't mean just the person that lives next to you. It means to show love within. Even the animals are our neighbors. Even the trees are our neighbors. We don't get up and hug a tree in the morning. We don't get up and, get closer to the natural chi of earth. So we need to examine and exhibit love in a more, wider perspective. Love your neighbors, love your families, love your one another directly. Don't show them a text and say or when her birthdays come around, happy birthday. What about every other day before birthday? If they don't live to see a birthday, what you gonna do? Be in sorrow on the moment when you could have maybe give that person a boost of energy just by having good compliments and good word. And going forward to the places where you may be able to receive my music. You can find it on all world mediums. If you choose today, you can Google it on the World Wide Web, particularly, and it will lead you to many different avenues. However, YouTube is there. For some reason or the other, though, I believe that a lot of people in Belize are not able to get the vast or the diverse work that I'm doing through YouTube. But if you can log into Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Pandora, any of the other streaming mediums, we are on about 163 streaming networks throughout the universe. And there you will find quite a volume of works. I have now is calculated to be 39 albums. You know, many people don't even know that, but it's not for me to come and just talk about myself. It's really to, you know, just do the work and continuously do the work. And we have at least 720 songs, particularly inclusive of those 39 albums that is out there with heavy messages, potency that the people should, you know, magnetize to.
Great.
All right,
So,
so
39
39
albums.
albums,
Congratulations
that's
on
great, yeah.
producing so much, and we look forward to the new one that's coming up on July 23rd.
Yeah.
Jamiracle, it was a pleasure to have this conversation with you, and definitely, you know, like the message of love and connecting with people, loving yourself and loving thy neighbor.
Yeah.
You know, we can never like talk about it so much. It was a pleasure having this conversation with you. Hopefully, in a future conversation, you're going to be live in person, you know, for our Belizeans to be able to connect with you better.
Maybe a performance.
Maybe a performance too. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
I am scheduled to be in your parts of the world soon, but I'm currently dealing with a couple bookings that I have to be maybe in, finalized in Portugal and in Spain and also in South Africa. So until those things are, you know, sealed, then we decide our footsteps from there. But if those things are not fully sealed, because yet we're still in the process, the booking has been made, you know, the down payments has been made, but certain things are not finalized and we cannot move until things are actually final.
Yeah.
But until then, we should be in your parts of the world sooner than later. I will not pronounce or announce any time.
There you go. What I strongly believe is that you will come at the right timing.
Right.
So until then, we wish you all the best with everything you have planned with your tours, preparation for your new album. And we thank you so much for taking the time on this Monday to join us on Sunup on 7. It was a pleasure having this conversation with you.
I'm grateful for you and having me on your station, Sunup 7 in the morning, early morning.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Folks, that was Jamiracle, a great conversation with him. Look out for his album on July 23rd. With that, we're going to go into our next commercial break. When we're back, the Belize Volleyball Association has a great conversation waiting for you. Stay tuned.
Hi, I have been an educator for 30 plus years. As a teacher in what is called a disadvantaged neighborhood in Belize, I see the struggle for its children. School can be tough and home can be tougher, and the streets can seem quite appealing. Alcohol, drugs, freedom. You might be in your own gang. I can tell you that that never ends well. I see it every day. Forced to run from the police, forced to hide from other gangs, confined to your turf to save your own life, and then ending up either dead or in a small cell. Gang life is not the life for you. Stay in school, work hard, be strong, choose to live free and live right. Choose life.
A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Escape to the reigning spa of the year. Belize's premier wellness experience, where award-winning luxury meets pure tranquility. Book now, 20% off spa treatments, 50% off accommodations, only at Naya Resort and Spa.
We project that tourism will generate revenues of around $1.4 billion this year.
And every visitor's tax flows straight to the BTB.
I think I'll be more than that, though.
The law is simple. That money must be audited, tabled in the House, and gazetted every single year. But it hasn't.
That is a special little fund that does not have the oversight of other funds.
And we've already seen what a lack of oversight brings. Is the same thing happening at BTB? Minister Mahler, where are the BTB's audited reports? Why have you not tabled a single one as the law requires?
We are entering into very dangerous kleptocracy.
Minister Mahler, table the audits. Account for the people's money.
That requires a forensic audit.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
In 2020, the budget for the medicine that stocks our public hospitals was about $19 million. Today, it's $52.5 million, nearly 3 times as much in just 6 years. Did our need for medicine really triple? Or is something happening to that money? A $2 million contract with no tender. $42 million that skipped open bidding. They dropped the quality standard and repealed the drug rules, leaving no inspector to check any of it. So, Minister Bernard, where is all the money going? Is the same thing that happened at the Ministry of Defense happening here? This is our money and our medicine, Minister Bernard. Account for it. Audit the medicine budget. Show us where it went.
Good morning, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. We continue with great conversations. So now we're joined on our couch by the president of the Belize Volleyball Association, Mr. Alan Sharp, who's going to be talking about the recent tournaments that Belize has been representing and the different teams, and of course, what can we expect for the rest of the year coming from the Belize Volleyball Association. Mr. Sharp, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you on a Monday morning on Sunup.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
How is your Monday energy today?
Well, with Monday, you know, you have to come with lots of energy. And after the men pulled off the win last night in a 5-setter against Costa Rica in the Final Four, I'm full of energy, ready to go.
So let's get started with that. Like, what tournament are the men?
Well, they're in the Central American Final four. That means the top 4 teams in Central America compete. The winner goes to next year's Pan American Cup, which is the Pan American. That means teams from all of this side of the world. The top 8 teams go. And so Belize is competing in that tournament. It's only today is they play Nicaragua, who beat Panama yesterday. And then we play a third against Panama tomorrow. And then the final on, if we win tonight, we're almost for sure playing in the final the following day. So, it was a 5-setter nail biter. We won the first set, lost the next 2, then won the fourth and the 5th set.
Wow.
Against Costa Rica, in Costa Rica. And I thank the guys publicly because they know how
absolutely.
Costa Rica is one of the teams that
it's a powerhouse.
It's a powerhouse, both in men and women, but also they give our association problems. So they're my least favorite Central American country.
Yeah,
when it comes to volleyball. The competition comes out in
definitely, and I feel like that's a good thing, in terms of it keeps all your team leveling up, and at the same time, we were talking about off air in terms of how Belize now inserts themselves properly with the caliber and the quality of gameplay that we bring.
Yeah, whenever now, as we spoke about when Belize many years ago, as much as we'd not like to admit it, many times we went to tournaments thinking, some teams are better than us. We still have to go a ways. But now when we arrive at tournaments, we're a force to be reckoned with. We're not looking up at anybody. We're looking at you. And in some teams, we expect to beat you. And I keep reminding people, we're 450,000. The smallest Central American country is probably 5 million, and plus. So they're many times the size of us, many times the size of budget. So we do very well.
Yeah.
Right, and it must be difficult to playing in a different country where you have all the supporters for the other team cheering the other team on, and they're not really many Belizeans there, I'm sure, cheering for Belize.
Yes, so last night in Costa Rica, they showed the fans a few times. Obviously, it's 99% of Costa Ricans. But I must say that online, the commentator kept mentioning how many Belizeans are online watching the game.
Wow, I love that. It's really good to hear that people are able to follow the team's journey through an online space. Can you remind us how can they have access to that?
Right now, if you go to the FECAVOL site on Facebook, that's where they put the link every day to watch the matches.
Can they
access the association share the link?
We share the link.
Okay, so they can go on the Belize Volleyball.
They can go to the Belize Volleyball.
Yeah.
I should have said that.
No, I mean, you answered well, though. But definitely, they can find the link on the Belize Volleyball Association Facebook page to be able to follow the game tonight. So tonight, Belize is playing against Nicaragua.
Play against Nicaragua, yes, at 5 p.m.
At 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Belize time.
5 p.m. Belize time.
Very good. So we encourage all our viewers to join this live stream of today's match to show our support. That definitely does make a big difference.
Right. So, and then we have these pictures. Where are these from? We see.
Well, this is fantastic. So these are our U21 ladies that went to the Pan Am Cup. Same thing I mentioned earlier about Pan Am Cup. So these are teams from Venezuela, USA, Canada, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and U.S. Virgin Islands. We went to this tournament. It's only the second time Belize has gone to a female Pan Am Cup. And Belize in this tournament managed to win its first and second match ever at the Pan Am Cup level. We beat U.S. Virgin Islands twice. We came in 7th, not last.
That's great.
We went to 5 sets against Venezuela. We really thought we were going to beat them. Had we won that, would have been either 5th or 6th. Costa Rica was in the tournament. We played also very well against Costa Rica. But the big teams are in this time they're at a different level. USA, Canada, in particular, Mexico, who are the top 3, they played very well. We played against the Canadian teams. I think our girls gave a good showing. Nissan Martinez won best opposite. Now, think about that, right? You're winning best opposite in all of the Panama at that age group. She was second in best scorer. only 6 points behind.
I love that.
So yeah, so she did excellent. The other girls did excellent too. That's why the team did so well. They returned today. We're very, very, very proud of them. Again, first time wins. You know, the men got some wins a couple of years back in the Pan Am Cup. You know, both the men and women are doing very, very well right now in volleyball. And you know, we had a U17 team that went out recently. Well, it's U17 it's called, but the age group was actually U15 for all teams. They came in fourth, but I mean, many matches went to 5 set. A big battle. Jamie Lee Espejo came out with 4 awards from that tournament. So, you know, she's a rising star. So doing very well again. So there's a lot that is happening even right now with our Final Four men.
Yeah.
But I'll take the opportunity to say we have, I think, 5 more indoor tournaments to go this year. We have the U21 male, we have the U17 male, we have the U15 female, we have the female Final Four. So we have a number of tournaments to go through this year. So please, for those corporate who want to help support, you know, each time we go, these tournaments, I think each trip has cost over $40,000 to go per team. It's incredibly expensive, you know, with the increase in flights and increase in travel. So we do need help. We've made our application to government, as we do every year. But obviously, 4 or 5 tournaments to go at you know, $40,000, $50,000 per pop is expensive.
Yeah, can you share how can people get in touch to pledge support towards the association?
Well, they can contact. The easiest way to remember is through our Facebook.
Okay.
Right. If they contact us through Facebook or Messenger, through
and then
through
from
Facebook,
there you can follow up with them.
You can get it. My personal number is in the phone book 610-5565 to reach us. So there again, and I'd like to plug that we're not only doing great in volleyball, but in beach volleyball. There's a Central American and Caribbean Games starting next week, or late next week, July 23rd, if that is next week.
It is next week, yes.
It is? Okay, yes. So that tournament is being held, or those games, and that's a multi-sport game, so there's athletics, you know, all the different sports are there. And Belize volleyball qualified. That's a games you have to qualify to. You don't just get to go. And our male and female beach volleyball teams will be there. In the female, Nelisa Ramirez and Clara Nande Sabal will be the female team.
Okay.
And the male team will be Ernest Brasta Jr. and Francis Haas.
Very good.
And they'll be coached by Larry Bennett. So we have good players going out.
Definitely, yes.
And you know, hoping, again, that's the Central American Caribbean Games are all those countries that touch the Caribbean Sea.
Okay.
So including Venezuela and Colombia, Mexico.
Right. Okay. And where
Cuba.
Can people find the link to look at these matches through your Facebook page?
Yes, we will definitely be uploading everything there as well.
Very good.
But again, a lot happening in volleyball.
Yeah.
Been happening now, happening in the future.
Yeah.
And our men and women, male and female, boys and girls are doing excellent. Our programs are going very well.
I love to hear that. And definitely, like, I can see it, we can feel it. And so we want to, like, say congratulations to the players that are out there doing their best to represent Belize. You know, great athleticism, great community ownership, and definitely we encourage them and we wish them all the best with the upcoming game today and the ones next week that are coming. And definitely encourage our viewers to stay tuned to your Facebook page, the Belize Volleyball Association, to know when are the next games and how can they pledge their support to the association.
And we're hoping, I mean, I'm here, but the stars are the athletes, and we love opportunities to come here. Thank you so much for them to come here and express their experience in what they've gone through. You know, the girls were in the USA. This tournament was held in the USA, so that's a whole nother experience, just playing and in one of their gyms under their conditions. So I'm sure they have a lot of good stories to tell.
That is true. That is true. So we look forward to a future conversation with them.
Yeah, we would love to see them come with all their medals or whatever trophies that they won. All the teams, you know, the men Final Four, we're hoping for the best for them. And hopefully we have a trophy here. And they're sitting here talking about their win.
We're definitely hoping so in all the tournaments. The Final Four, they know how important it is. You know, they've come in second just a year ago in this same tournament in losing in the fifth set. So they're motivated.
Yeah.
They're really motivated, and we have a very strong team out there. So they know they can do it, but the other teams also want it. So
yes,
we have to do what we have to do.
Definitely.
So as we start winding down, is there any other final words you want to tell our viewers?
Well, yes, I want to tell them continue to support our sport. You know, I think that, and I'm speaking here to both corporate and government. I think Belize Volleyball has shown over the years its programs. It's shown the success. It's shown what it can do. It's not perfect. We have a lot more to do, but we're asking to please support. You know, we are probably one of the most successful sports in the country, and so we need the support from public and private to match that, because that's the only way to sustain it. You know, and sport. There's nothing like sport to help a community, to help a society. You know, I heard some of Jules' comments earlier, and the first thing that crossed my mind was that sports can help in these areas. He was talking about some of the challenges that community has, and sport helps. Sport is what makes a massive difference to youth, to health, to just your mindset.
Definitely.
And so it would be great if we can get more support. In a program that's now proven, established for more than 10 years.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Sharp, we thank you so much for joining us today on Sunup on 7. Again, we continue to wish all the best to the Belize players that are out there doing their best in the different volleyball competitions that are ongoing. And we look forward to a future conversation with you and your team here on the show.
Thank you.
All the best. Have a great week ahead.
You too. Thank you.
Folks, with that, we're going to go into our next commercial break. When we're back, we have Unicomer in the house, and we have great things with them. Stay tuned.
Hi, I have been an educator for 30 plus years. As a teacher in what is called a disadvantaged neighborhood in Belize, I see the struggle for its children. School can be tough and home can be tougher, and the streets can seem quite appealing. Alcohol, drugs, freedom. You might be in your own gang. I can tell you that never ends well. I see it every day. Forced to run from the police, forced to hide from other gangs, confined to your turf to save your own life, and then ending up either dead or in a small cell. Gang life is not the life for you. Stay in school, work hard, be strong, choose to live free and live right. Choose life.
A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Escape to the reigning spa of the year. Belize's premier wellness experience, where award-winning luxury meets pure tranquility. Book now, 20% off spa treatments, 50% off accommodations, only at Naya Resort and Spa.
We project that tourism will generate revenues of around $1.4 billion this year.
And every visitor's tax flows straight to the BTB.
I think I'll be more than that too.
The law is simple. That money must be audited, tabled in the House, and gazetted every single year. But it hasn't.
That is a special little fund that does not have the oversight of other funds.
And we've already seen what a lack of oversight brings. Is the same thing happening at BTB? Minister Mahler, where are the BTB's audited reports? Why have you not tabled a single one as the law requires?
We are entering into very dangerous kleptocracy.
Minister Mahler, table the audits. Account for the people's money.
That requires a forensic audit.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Good morning, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Thank you so much for making some company to Courtney and I on today's episode and our guests that come through today. And if you missed any of our conversations, you can always go back and watch our Facebook recorded live. And of course, we encourage you to stay tuned to our Facebook and Instagram pages to know who our guests and what conversations they bring to the show. We have one last exciting conversation waiting for you. And we have our friends from Unicomer on set, and they're talking about their upcoming promotions. Joining us on our couch, we have Ms. Anel Young, Senior Marketing Officer. Ms. Anel, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Belize.
How is your energy level today, 1 to 10? I can tell it's on a high level.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we have some exciting offers for you today, and you said it right. If you hear anything, go and get the recap. You'll surely want to get the recap for all these deals that we're saying today.
I love that. All right, so that's already like something to grab on to this conversation. Before we get into that, let's introduce Mr. Stephen Yarwood, Marketing Manager at Unicomer.
Good morning.
Mr. Stephen.
Good morning. My energy is up too.
Always. Every time you come on the show, you're at that level.
When I'm with Anil, her.
Okay. I love people with contagious good energy, So let's keep it going.
I know everyone will be feeling that energy by the end of the day, right?
So let's get into these upcoming promotions that you have.
Right. So guys, it's Monday morning, right? It's payday coming up this week, right?
Yes.
But guess what? If you don't have payday, it's okay. Because at Quartz, we're going to be having the Bee-inspired Quartz Appliance Expo. Yes. So that's a mouthful. So let me break it down for you. It's
go ahead.
at Quartz. Everything is at Quartz that you will be needing. Appliance Expo, right? So we're talking appliances, the big items. We're talking stoves, fridges, washers, dryers. And Quartz, we do all the great brands. The brands that you are loyal to that you hear. You hear TCL, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Mabe, LG, and the list goes on, right? And you will find all those deals on those best brands right there this Friday and Saturday, the 17th and 18th of July. You'll be finding it right there at Quartz, right?
Okay. Wow.
To put it into context,
go for it.
This is the largest in-store event of the year.
Okay.
So it's not just a regular sale. This is the sale weekend that you don't want to miss. As the name Expo, we have guests flying in as well. So we have representatives from Mabe, Samsung, LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool coming in, TCL as well.
Okay.
We have local vendors who will also be there. We have Running W, RF&G, Next Gen, Digi will be there.
Caribbean
Tires, Marelco will be there. Boyne & Boyne.
They will be having their samples for coffee and their Bimbo samples. So you can go ahead and get coffee there. You could come and have lunch there with Running W. So
okay,
it's a full day event. It's Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola will be there. So there's no need. You just have to come with an open mind to be inspired, right?
Steven, I'm curious about what makes this the sale of the year. Like, what kind of discounts can people expect?
So up to 55%
off.
Cash.
Wow, that's a great deal.
And like Anil has been saying, it's all about appliances. But it does not mean that you cannot get a whopping deal on a TV.
Okay.
We have at least 8 or 10 new sets of sofas in store.
Okay.
Deals are on those as well. We have the bedding upstairs. This is a Friday and Saturday that you need to plan in your calendar and say, all right, 4 or 5 hours out of my day, I'm going to be spending it at Courts. Because for sure, when you walk into the door, there's something happening from you hit the door. Activities in store, we have hourly giveaways, we have raffles, we have an amazing, what do you call it? Unlock to win?
Yes, unlock to win.
So everybody who purchases on Friday and Saturday qualify. You cannot just walk in and get a chance to win because the prize is a $5,000 Samsung TV, and this is the TV that has the tablet on the door. That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
It's a fridge. Yes.
A
fridge. I know you be talking about.
I was like, okay.
Yes, I know you be talking about.
Yeah, too many things in my head. Too many things in my
It
head.
kind of is like a television.
Yeah, so my apologies. It's the two-door fridge that has the tablet in the door.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Right? So how do you win this? How do you win this?
Tell me.
Every purchase gives you a chance. And you walk up to the fridge and there's going to be a lock on the door. It's padlock, chain up with a 4-digit padlock. You know the code that you use to lock your bike. And the person who unlocks
that's
this
so cool.
fridge
Okay.
takes the fridge home.
How many chances do you get to unlock?
1.
Okay. You just have to guess. Digit number.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a $4,000 fridge.
I love
Samsung
that.
fridge. And from this fridge, you can do anything. And like I said, we do be inspired, right? So when you think about appliances, you can get everything you want right at Quartz. You can get that 20-inch, 4-burner for like your new home, your starter home, your apartment, your dorm. You can have that. Or you can go all the way to $3,000, $4,000 stoves that have the built-in feature of an air fryer, digital touch, Wi-Fi connection. The list goes on, convection oven. And that's the beauty about this expo, that we'll be having all these representatives from all these brands, and they will be telling you exactly what fits you.
I like that.
And you can learn about it. And at Quartz, one of the beauty of our value that we offer our customers is warranty. You get that minimum of 1-year warranty when you purchase our appliances, anything that you purchase. Even our TVs have 2-year warranty.
That's good to know.
Instant 2-year warranty with your TVs, right?
Yeah.
And you get to purchase an extra 3 years so that you can be protected for 4 years.
Look at that.
And if we can't fix it, we replace it.
Okay.
So make sure that you come on down. You can buy on credit. Like we're saying this up to 55, right? We've never been doing this before. We usually...
So you get discount and you get the credit, huh?
Yes. So you get that 55% discount,
you
right?
shop on credit, you get bigger
Bigger discounts, right? When you shop with Quartz Ready Finance, you get that flexible payment plan that works for you, whether it be anywhere from a 6-month plan, 12-month, all the way to 48 months.
Yeah. Can you remind our viewers how can they enroll into the Ready Finance plan?
So it's so easy. When I list it, everyone will be up to 75% completed. You only get your social security card or your Valley passport. You get your recent utility bill. You get your recent job letter.
Or pay
slip. And 2 contact references. I encourage everyone to come on in. If you're not a Ready Finance customer already, to come on in, bring your documents. You can start that process already, so that when you come in on Friday and Saturday, you're good to go and you can get these massive discounts.
And we need to add that our credit team will be on standby that day. So it doesn't matter if it's 1, 10, 100 applications they're processing.
They're gonna...
The team is ready to process all applications.
Yes.
Friday.
Steven, somebody has labeled this as Christmas in July.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking this morning,
Yeah.
you know.
So-
But I didn't want to do it.
So what time did the door open on Friday and Saturday for people to go in
8
and
a.m.
benefit from? 8 a.m.
8
Yes.
a.m.
Until when?
Until 5. We open
8 to
during
5.
lunch, so come on in. This is an in-store only event, and it's happening countrywide.
Countrywide.
So it's not
Okay.
only Belize
The
City.
in-store event is only in Belize City.
Yes, the expo. So our
offers-
representatives will be there, right? And the samples and and our local vendors will be in Belize City.
Belize
but
City.
the offers are
Countrywide.
countrywide.
Okay.
So I encourage everyone, if you're not following us on Quartz Belize as yet on our Facebook page, make sure that you follow us because we'll be unlocking all those savings every single day. We'll be locking more savings, more savings.
Okay.
And remember, like Steven said, it's stoves, it's fridges, it's washers, it's TVs, because the game is still happening and you can get these discounts still on our TVs. We have the 32-inch going for as low as $349. So you can get that TV. So, someone could be watching over there in that room. You don't have to be fighting over the TVs. You can get a TV for every room. Right now, we have a 75-inch TCL TV going for only $1,599.
Okay.
So you can buy your TV Friday, so you have the game Sunday.
That's right.
Oh, look at
You have your own
Courtney.
watch
I
party.
see. I
So
see.
since we're shifting gears and talking about the game, on Saturday, one lucky Quartz customer is going to be hosting his or her own watch party at their house. Because
Courtesy of
Quartz
Quartz.
and who else is part running
Next
W, Next Gen, and
Centaur,
Bone and Bone.
Running W, and Bowen and Bowen.
So it's a complete package. This customer will be winning today. So we're doing the raffle today live on the Quartz Facebook page.
Okay.
This customer is going to be winning a 65-inch TCL TV, drinks courtesy of Bone and Bowen, meat package courtesy of Running W, a barbecue grill courtesy of Quartz.
Whoever wins, please invite us to the watch
A
party.
free a nice Radio Shack speaker, and there's
That's
one more thing.
65-inch TV.
I opened with that. And 3 months free service from Next Gen.
With that 65-inch TV. So
I hope we're
you'll
invited to this watch party, you know?
I know. Yes,
It sounds
I
like
know.
it sounds like an excellent deal.
Whoever, and people who have been purchasing since June, who made a purchase with us, are going to get into that raffle. So
I love
you
that.
may have already forgotten that and this was cash or credit. So you may have already forgotten that you bought something from Quartz, and you may be getting that lucky call today that you won this amazing game watch party to host at your house.
Yes. Anel, Steven, it's time for us to wrap up this conversation and wrap up the show. What are your last words that you'd like to share with our viewers to come and support this event?
Friday, 17th June, Saturday, 18th July, 17th July.
Yeah.
All over the place.
That's okay.
Make sure you stop by your nearest Quartz location. And if you're in Belize City, stop by the Quartz Belize City store.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. We did not mention there's going to be big raffles from the brands coming in.
Yes.
So purchase a Mabe product. You can win a Mabe stove at the end of the day.
Wow.
Washers.
TCL is raffling a product as well. Samsung, Whirlpool
Speakers.
Frigidaire. So there's so
Big
many
prizes.
big prizes
that.
being raffled
Yes.
this weekend.
I love that.
Hey, people buy Bolido, lottery, jackpot. Somebody can probably be lucky enough to unlock that 4-digit code.
I agree.
And take
And
home
remember-
that fridge with the TV.
What happened if nobody get it?
Then it goes back in stock, and then there's August, there's September, there's October, November, December.
Another time.
It won't
You were
get
going to say something.
I was going to say, if you have no cash, no worries. It's 0 down payment. Make your first payment in 30 days. So come on down. I mean, it's going to be amazing. If you just want to take the kids out and it's a hot day, come on down to a Quartz. You'll be sure to leave with something you need.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us today to extend an invitation for our viewers to join you on Friday and Saturday at Quartz here in Belize City for the expo. But definitely go countrywide to get the great deals this coming weekend. Definitely up to 55% discount on appliances.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
That's exciting. And I'm sure somebody is going to take advantage of that because why not, you know?
Forgot to mention, forgive me. There's
30
too many
seconds.
things happening.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free on curtains and bed sheets.
Okay.
I might have to go for that.
Right. You were hoping?
I have to go for that.
I saved the best for last.
So no matter what you're looking for, whether to be finding big deals on big items, whether it be something small, you can find it right there this Friday and Saturday at Quartz.
Wow. So I wish you and your staff all the best this weekend. Definitely you're going to be busy. In a good busy, right?
Right. And we'll be seeing you guys there.
Yeah,
know that.
you're going to drop by, because there's a lot to take advantage of this weekend. So definitely, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great week ahead. And we look forward to, more great things coming from Unicomer and Quartz.
Of course.
Yes. Courtney, it's time for us to wrap up the show.
Yes, so let's go over our guests. We had Jamaica visiting us through Zoom. He's an artist. His 40th album is coming out, and you'll be able to get that on streaming services on July 23rd.
Yeah.
And then we had the Belize Volleyball Association President, Alan Sharp, talking about the tournaments that have been played, that are being played, and that will be played. Volleyball has a lot going on right now, and you can support the players by watching their live streams, which is available on their Facebook page. And also corporations who want to donate to this sport, you can reach out to the president and, take it from there. And then finally, of course, we're ending off with Unicomer and the amazing deals that will be available this weekend at Quartz, 8 to 5. You could go home with one TV, one next gen, one fridge, all kind of thing.
Yeah, set up your own watch party.
Yes.
I'm super jealous.
Prepare for the game on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, folks. As we wrap up, what motivational message would you leave our viewers today on a Monday? It's the start of the week.
Me.
Yes, Anel.
Alrighty, so it's a new day, right? New inspiration, be inspired, put your one foot in front of the other and just keep moving forward.
Just keep moving forward. Yeah. How about you, Steven?
I would say just get up and do it.
Just get up and do it.
Whatever it is. As long as it's something positive, just get up and do it.
Yes, I like that. I like that. Courtney, what about you?
It's like what Anel said, every day is a chance to begin again. Don't linger too much on whatever mistakes, whatever might have happened. All there is every day. All you can do is try again.
Yeah, and I want to resonate a message from John Miracle, which said gratitude is the attitude, and get going with that today. That will transform your life. Folks, thank you so much for joining us on this Monday episode. We love you, and we thank you so much for your company and your time. Tune in tomorrow for another great episode of Sunup on 7. We love you. Have a great day. Now we're going to dance.
We're going to dance.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up